Today, we bring you a story that involves climbing boulders, but also a donut eating contest, free chili dogs, and even roping sheep. This is a story that's near to my heart because my wife Vicki and I were there from the beginning in 2015. Joe's Valley Bouldering Festival. Bouldering. Bouldering is climbing on freestanding rocks that could be just a few feet or up to 20 feet tall. These climbers don't depend on ropes for protection. Instead, a foam crash pad at the base of the climb keeps them safe after a fall.
When I'd look at a rock, I'd look at how's the easiest way to climb this thing, and they look at it as what's the most difficult way, and I want to solve this problem.
Joe's Valley is located just west of the town of Orangeville in the Manti-La Salle National Forest. The neighboring towns of Huntington and Castledale also host bouldering events. Danny Van Wagner, mayor of Castledale, noticed more and more of these climbers without ropes caravanning into town. They would stay for days and sometimes weeks.
Bouldering really started out about 25 years ago, and actually it started from, I guess, the word of mouth by the ice climbers that come up here to climb the falls. So probably 25 years ago, the kids started coming down bouldering out of Salt Lake, and really nobody knew what they were doing and nobody was telling us.
Community leaders learned that they were sitting on a national treasure. The boulders in Joe's Valley are plentiful, and they tend to form the perfect features for climbing. So when the mayor and some other community leaders attended a conference sponsored by Utah's Office of Outdoor Recreation, the stars began to align.
So Roger Brooks was a really phenomenal program that runs through the Utah Office of Tourism, and he comes into communities and lets them know, like, hey, here are your strengths, here's where you can improve, and these are the things that will help you do that.
What you got to do is just look at what you're good at. And you're good at something. You're either good at making apple pie, or you're good at your rocks, or you're good at your fishing. We're blessed by a lot of things, but this was the one that really seemed to take off and had the opportunity to take off.
Emery County has some of the best bouldering in the country, maybe the world. So an idea soon turned to action when Amanda Leonard from the Emery County Tourism Bureau sent a message to the Joe's Valley Bouldering Facebook page administrator, Adriana Chamaras.
Amanda messaged us wanting to do an event down here and promote the bouldering. And at the time I was only working part-time. I just stopped living on the road and just moved to Salt Lake and was basically coming down here every weekend still. I was having a hard time transitioning between road life and real life. So when we got the message, I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that.
When Adriana says we, she is referring to the co-founder of the festival and partner in real life, Stephen Jeffrey, seen here demonstrating routes and techniques in Joe's Valley. Stephen, originally from Salt Lake City, has made quite a name for himself in the climbing world through years of pioneering the sport and competing at the highest levels. But it was Adriana who is about to gain name recognition through her work with the Bouldering Festival in Joe's Valley.
I guess the reason that Joe's Valley would be really good for a festival is the same reason that it's good for bouldering. There's just the sheer quantity of rock here is really impressive. And the freedom. Most of it is on BLM or public lands, national forest. So the camping is really open, and the idea was to bring the two communities together, right? That's what we wanted. We want the ranching, farming community and the climbers to come together and create this really fun event.
The first bouldering festival we had, they were putting ideas together. And they said, well, let's going to do a rodeo. Now this is rodeo country. This was a bad idea as far as I was concerned. I just thought this is not going to go over well.
Hey, you can ride a backward, do a little trick ride and make some noise, Castle down.
Don't go away. More Utopia after a message from our sponsors.